Hello all and welcome to Duplicate Success International Monday Night Webinar. Today is Monday, August 31st. My name is Randy Crebs, Gold Director from Salt Lake City, Utah. I have the distinct honor of introducing the host of tonight's webinar. He is a very well-respected business leader and mentor in this industry. You'll definitely want to have your pen and paper out, sitting up, paying attention, and taking notes as you learn how this industry expert continues to build his business successfully. He has achieved the rank of Executive Ruby Director within our company. He is a co-founder of Duplicate Success International. He is an amazing leader, mentor, and most importantly, I'm very proud to call him my son. Plus, a very special congratulations to Jared and Crystal Krebs for being the number 5 Ruby Directors in North America, and as well, the number 24 Ruby Directors in USANA worldwide. So very proud of them both. Jared, are you on the line?
I am, Dad. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction and for making this awesome slide. I really appreciate it.
Yep, and congratulations on your latest and continued hitting the top 10 every week.
Thank you, Dad. I really appreciate it. Well, that's just a reflection of the team. I really want to just, first of all, start by thanking all of you on the webinar. And thank you, Dad and Mom, as well. I know that you're on week number 13 of Executive Gold this week as well. So it's very exciting. I cannot wait to write the recognition post and email for you guys, and it's just a great time to be part of Team DSI and to be in USANA. So exciting. I want to welcome all of the new guests that just have registered for this webinar, and just want to start by reminding all of you of the Team DMO. This means daily method of operation. And if you do these 3 things every day, you can be successful in your USANA business, no matter how busy you are. Number 1, use the products every day, AM and PM. Everybody can do that. Number 2, read, watch, or listen to 15 minutes of personal development material daily. At our best, people do an hour, but 15 minutes minimum. I like to do mine in the mornings when I'm getting ready. I like to listen to content. Right now, I'm studying Grace Kiahoho from Hawaii. I'm getting better and better every day as I continue to study and do my 15 minutes to an hour every day. And I'm also reading a book called Building Your Empire by Brian Carruthers. So that's mine. And then the third thing is to add 2 brand new people to your contact list and invite them with a text or a call, and to constantly invite at least 2 people a day. They say 2 people a day brings freedom your way. What would you say on that type of text or a call? You could say something like this. Here's an example. My company just came out with a 10-minute YouTube video. We need to practice on some friends. Would you be willing to watch it and let me call you afterwards to ask a few questions? Who's going to say no to that? We do that all the time. That's a very simple way to get somebody to review a 10-minute YouTube video. Another option, you could say, I'm learning my company slideshow. I need to practice on someone I trust. Would you be willing to meet up and let me practice on you? That's another way. So there's lots of different ways, and no matter how you do it, at the end you ask the closing questions, which is page 5, skill 5 of the Fast Track Manual, and it's that simple. So you continue to do those 2 invites a day, and you'll start to see results and checks, and your business growing, and most importantly, people getting results and helping people with the USANA products. And so let's talk about and recognize the people who have been doing their DMO. These are the people that have been calling 2 people a day or more, have been studying their personal development at least 15 minutes, and of course taking their products. So let's start off by welcoming our new clients that started with our team this week. Welcome Trisha Blackburn, new client introduced by Terry Hines. Also, welcome Sandy Hopper from San Antonio, new client introduced by Aurora Cantu. Love the shirt, Aurora. Also, welcome Sue Clark's dad, new client introduced by Catherine Lord. Apparently, they don't have his name, but it's Sue Clark's dad. So welcome, Sue Clark's dad. Welcome Dominga Chalang and Wanda Sweat, new clients introduced by Melita Sheets. Melita's expanding the USANA market into the Philippines, and our Team DSI is now having team members from all over, and it's really cool that we're going international thanks to Melita Sheets. Thank you, Melita. Also, welcome Laura Perez and her daughter, and also Sofia Biochin, new clients introduced by Anselmo and Eloisa Leal. Nice shirt, Anselmo. Okay, so now it's time for our team recognition, and this is the big recognition. These are for people who have promoted in their business. They've received a promotion, and so first I want to recognize Arlene Ramirez for advancing to believer status with her USANA business. That's someone who's made their first $100 check in a week, and someone who does that every week's making $400 a month. So that would be a solid believer status. And if Arlene's on the line, I want to get a few words from Arlene. Let me see. I'm not seeing her on right now. So congratulations, Arlene. We're very proud of all that you're accomplishing. She's doing an amazing job here in San Antonio. Also, congratulations to Dee Cummings for advancing to the believer status as well. Dee was at our international convention, and she has her name badge in this picture. It's great to see you succeeding and advancing. Congratulations, Dee Cummings. And big congratulations to Phyllis and Rick Walker for achieving the status of achiever in USANA. That's someone who's made their first $400 check in a week. Now, there's something psychological when you're making $400 or more in a week with your home business, because that's some significant money. I mean, if you do that every week, that's $1,600 a month. USANA's now covering the products and probably could do a house payment almost with the money that you're making as a solid achiever. So someone who gets to this point really is doing a great job. And so I want to bring Phyllis and Rick onto the line, and I'm going to unmute you right now. Phyllis, I just
Hi,
unmuted you,
Jared.
and also Rick, I just unmuted you. Congratulations, Phyllis and Rick, for your success.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jared.
So can you share with the team a little bit about your USANA story, how you found my parents, because you've been working with Randy and Viola Crebs for a little bit of time now. And could you just tell the team what do you feel like is making you successful to be our first achiever of the year for Team DSI?
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Well, a couple of years ago, my dentist, the lady that cleaned my teeth, she told me she was in USANA, and she says, "I remember you said you were in USANA," and I said yes, and told her that Sue and I were by ourselves, and she invited us to join her team, which is Sherry Tuttle and Daryl and Viola and Randy. And so we met them at convention 2 years ago, and maybe it was 3 years ago. Anyway, we met them. We were impressed with their energy and the momentum they had, and invited us to join them. I did, and I do not regret it. Sherry signed me up, Sherry and Daryl, and Randy and Viola have been inviting us to many meetings and encouraged me to go to Danny Johnson. I went to her twice, and you guys, it's the momentum of everybody. The convention did it. It's fun to be with such a huge team. Everybody's wonderful. And Dee, it was also exciting to have Dee and Bill with Rick and I this year at convention.
Absolutely.
The momentum of everybody advancing. You, Jared and Crystal, your excitement of being on stage and going executive Ruby, and Randy and Viola going for the gold executive, Dee advancing twice at convention. It was in the air. It just, it was contagious.
Wow. Well, I love how you edify the whole team, and you always contribute so much to our Facebook group and to all of our events and all of our conference calls and everything that we do. It's so awesome to see you have success, and big congratulations on having your team member Dee Cummings advance. And
Yes.
it's just great that you have things are really growing well, and you have a great client base and associate base growing, and we're just really proud of you. And also big congratulations to Daryl and Sherry Tuttle for also bringing you to the USANA family, to our USANA family. it's just awesome to watch you grow, and can't wait to see where this journey continues to take you.
Thank you very much, Jared. And it's fun being with Rick, too.
Yeah, so Rick, can you tell the team what's your USANA journey been like for you, and why are you excited about your USANA business right now?
Well, you got me on the spot. I really don't know how to answer that, other than the product is such a good thing, and the good Dr. Wentz is a smart fella, and I think he's going in the right direction. And at the convention, he told me I could eat bacon. So with that, how can you lose?
Right? Absolutely. I love what they've done with the products. That's the best part, is that we're all feeling great. We all have a quality of life with our health, and we're helping others do the same.
And oh yeah, the new products are that's something awesome to believe.
For sure. Well, thank you, Rick. Thank you, Phyllis. We're very excited about your advancement. You guys are the first achievers of the year on our team, so it's a really big deal. We really appreciate all your dedication and your commitment to helping other people with their health, and thank you for all you do for the team.
You're welcome. Thank you, too.
All right, you're welcome. Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, well, that's a big deal. Hitting to the achiever status, that means you're in phase 2 of leadership. This is really where the checks start to come real solid. This is the place that we want all of our phase 1 associates to get to, is that achiever status, and of course it goes on from there to director, bronze director, silver director. So those are all like the phase 2 leadership statuses, and then the phase 3 would be the gold, ruby, emerald, diamond. All that is your real strong 6-figure full-time incomes. So congratulations on making that big step to phase 2 of leadership, Phyllis and Rick Walker. All right, we also have some special recognition for some of our team members who had great results with their weight loss. And this is starting out with Ruby Paradez, who has lost 22 pounds since starting with USANA. This picture is of her in that blue dress versus her in the after picture in the green shirt is just impressive. I want to bring Ruby on the phone. Ruby, are you there?
Yes. Hi, Jared. How are you?
Hi. Wow, I love these pictures. Thank you for sharing them. I'm sure it took a lot of courage. But wow, you've lost 22 pounds since starting with USANA. Can you tell the team what it's been like taking the products and how it's affected your whole family?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Liz. She's the one that encouraged me
Absolutely.
to start taking the, well, I saw her weight loss, and so she encouraged me to start getting healthy. And then from there, she introduced me to you. And yeah, so I started taking the vitamins and the shakes. I really enjoy them. I love the products. Now I'm doing the facial creams, so that too is also helping my complexion, my skin. So I started taking the products, and then my sister and my family and my friends, they all started taking the product, and they fell in love with it too. So it's been more of a team effort. And then from there, I mean, once I did the reset, the weight just started dropping. And I really do enjoy the products, the shakes, the vitamins, everything.
Yeah, well, I can tell you're doing an amazing job. And can you also tell us about your sister Terry, who's pictured here, who's lost 31 pounds since starting with
USANA? Well, she said that I motivated her, because once I got started, then she started like a week after I did, I believe, or like 2 weeks after I started. And she's nursing. She's a nursing mom. So she's doing the prenatal, she's doing the shakes. I think she went down to 1 shake a day. She was doing 2. And yeah, she's just going all for it. She's doing really good. She loves the shakes. We got my brother on there too, Adolf.
Yes.
And yeah, and my mom too. She's doing great. I just didn't post her picture yet, but yeah, she's transformation in progress right there for you.
Wow. Well, thank you for making these posts. It's awesome to see the results. We're very proud of you and your family, and clearly you're leading by example. And when you're a product of the product, you start to have a good business, and that's what's happening with your business. And I know you've advanced to the platinum status and the builder status. So Achiever is next for you, Ruby.
Yes. I'm
Awesome.
excited about that.
Well,
Thank you,
congratulations.
Derek.
You're very welcome. Thanks again for sharing.
No problem.
All right, so next recognition is to Randy and Viola Krebs, number 7 top income earning gold directors in North America this past week. Really awesome to see y'all doing so amazing with your business. Y'all had such a great team at convention. And I just wanted to get a few words from both of you, Mom and Dad. You see here, you have to unmute yourselves. But could you share with the team what do you feel is making you successful and helping you hit that executive status that you're going to be finishing this week?
I think what made us successful this week is the energy from convention.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had 26 or 28 of our team at convention this year, and all the excitement, all the energy, all the new products that they introduced, I guess helped drive us up to the number 7 top gold directors in North America, which is awesome because we can't accomplish anything alone. It takes the team, and we have some of the most awesome team players in USANA, which we appreciate and love every one of them.
Absolutely. Well, there was a lot of gold directors at the international convention, but not all of them have created the team that you have, and therefore they weren't able to be at the top of the list. What do you feel like has helped you create such a great team and I guess empower your team?
Well, I'll answer part of it. Now, there's a couple of different things that I feel has really moved our team forward. One of the things that I've had, I think, vision. I've had vision of having this really solid big team, and I had vision to build in Oregon. I had vision to build in the Portland area. So, I just kept that focus, and it just happened kind of like magic. That's all I can say. And with the momentum that's going on in Portland, I think that has helped the whole momentum of our whole team. And so I want to just, tell everyone that I appreciate everybody, but I think that's kind of where I have seen the momentum start to build up, is with the whole vision of wanting to build in a certain area. So I just want to encourage people that if you have some kind of a vision, just stick with it. Just keep that, because it will become what you keep envisioning.
Yes, thank you, Mom. That's a great training.
You're welcome.
All right, any last words before we move on?
No, I just, I think another thing that really helps with team is these weekly webinars.
Oh, yeah.
To be tied in as a team and continuing to learn, taking the activities and getting out and sharing USANA with everyone we meet.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Well, thank you, Mom and Dad, and big congratulations on being well respected in the United States and the whole entire company, and for being number 7 top earners in North America.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's exciting.
Yes. All right. So before we get into the training for tonight, I just want to remind you that we have a USANA Clients Facebook private group. And this is a private group so that basically no one can see it except USANA clients on our team. And this is a way for your client to make friends. So if you enroll a client, you can come to the USANA Clients Facebook group. You can add them right here, and then you can make a post with their name and a photo and make them feel welcome and say, welcome Craig Dowdy to the USANA client family. And then everybody from all of our teams all over the United States is going to send him a little welcome post on that thread. And your client's going to feel special. And then they can also ask questions here. This is a community. And when you create a community, you're going to have retention. Your clients are going to stay clients. So that's something I want to really encourage you when you're enrolling your clients to continue to post on there. And when you enroll a brand new associate, add them to Team DSI. That's our Duplicate Success International private Facebook group. This is the business side. You do it the same way. You put them here in the members group. You type in their name and it pops up. You hit add member. You make a post. You can also add a client here. If you have a client that maybe is interested in making money, but they haven't started yet, but they want to know how it's done, you can add them right here to the Team DSI private Facebook group. Also, we have hybrid solutions. Now, this is more of a public USANA group. So meaning this is all the USANA teams all around the world. There's over 5,000 people in this group. This is associates only. They do not allow clients into this group. But the nice thing is you make friends from all over the world and make friends from other teams. And so you can add your associates to the hybrid solutions and also make a post. And when you need a success story, a product story, whatever, you can actually search the group. You see the box there. You can type in a certain health condition or whatever. Remember, USANA is not a cure, but if you want to talk to someone who maybe had diabetes who took the USANA products and see what happened for them, you could search in the group and find someone maybe in a different state or country that could give you some feedback. So there's just a lot of resources here at Hybrid Solutions, and this is for associates only. So these Facebook groups are very important that you add your team to these and you continue to make this a priority when you introduce someone to USANA. Okay, so we're going to pause for 5 seconds and then we're going to go into the training. And actually, before we go into the training, I have a big announcement. I forgot about this with all the great recognition. So we have a big announcement. And many of you already know this because you got an email and a Facebook post about this on Saturday. But we are having an incentive for the next 5 weeks. And here it is. It's the GoPro Team DSI Incentive. It starts August 29th, which was this past Saturday, and it goes to Friday, October 2nd. So for the next 5 weeks. So for the next 5 weeks, we're going to be keeping track of what everybody is producing. And if you enroll a 3 business center, you get 6 points. If you enroll a 1 business center, you get 3 points. If you have someone upgrade to 3 business centers, you get 2 points. If you enroll a brand new preferred customer, you get 1 point. If you rank advance your business, any rank, you get 5 points. So we're going to tally up these points. And if you get the most points, you're going to get a $200 cash prize you see on the left. And if you take second place, you will get a $100 cash prize. However, if you attend the GoPro event in Las Vegas, so a few of you are registered already for this GoPro event in Las Vegas, the prize is going to double. So if you win first place, you will get a $400 cash prize. And if you take second place, a $200 cash prize. That's only for the associates that are going to GoPro, and that will be given to you in Las Vegas by my parents. So this is it. This is just a fun way for us to all take action. You have to opt in, but wait, there's more. Now, big thanks to my lovely wife, Crystal, for making these slides. I love how she found this and put the Rev 3 can over whatever that was he was holding. But there is one more thing to this incentive. There is a third place prize for the person who takes third. You're going to get a case of Rev 3 cans and Dr. Wentz's book, Invisible Miracles. And fourth place and fifth place winners will get USANA's convention-only new blender bottles. These are the talk of the town. These blender bottles went, like on the first day of convention, they sold out because they're so cool and sleek. And they have the blender ball in there, and it's just like the coolest blender bottle you've ever seen. So fourth and fifth place winners will get those. And it's just a fun way for us to build our business, help other people make money, and follow a fun system to do this. So here is the webinar link. If you're watching this, please screenshot this or write it down. You're gonna need to type in the http://win.teamdsi.info, and that is how you register. You have to opt in, and by opting in, that link takes you to a site. It's called Yap City, and you have to get a ticket, but the ticket's free. So just get a free ticket at Yap City. That's going to opt you into this contest. So far, here's our team members who have opted in: Becky Armstrong, Christian Glad, Melita Sheets, Lisa Hughes, Aurora Cantu, Victoria Horman, Julia Hay, Phyllis Walker, Catherine Lord, and Diana Holderness. So these are the people that are currently opted into the contest. So that's actually not very many. There's probably some of you watching right now. If you don't see your name, make sure you opt in. If you have any questions, please contact my wife, Crystal. She is the one that's running the contest and keeping track of everybody's scores. We'll be posting at the end of this week. So anything that you did starting Saturday is going to count towards this. And for preferred customers, they have to have their own account in the system. They can't be just a preferred customer who bought something through your account. They have to have their own account and buy at least a 30-point minimum order to count as a point. So that is that. It's going to be a fun incentive. We're excited to see who wins it. We're going to make a big deal about it in the next 5 weeks. Again, it's win.teamdsi.info. Okay, so now it's time for the new and updated weekly action plan training. I'm going to take a 5-second pause. Okay, today's webinar is about our new and updated weekly action plan training. So after attending International Convention, we got to have some meetings with top corporate leaders, and we got to see how people are helping their teams get to the $400 a week level. Something about making $400 a week is special. It does something to your mind where you're like, okay, I can do this. If I can make $400 a week, I can make $1,000 a week. And so this weekly action plan, you might say, why are we getting a new weekly action plan? I like the old one. Well, I like the old one too, but I want to learn from someone who's really creating lots of achiever status associates. So we were given access by Jordan Kemper of Team One Body to see how they conduct a Road to Achiever program, and they're having great results. Not only are they having achievers all over their team, like we're talking probably 50 achievers in their team last year, they also have several silvers, gold directors. They have several ruby directors, even a diamond director already on their team. It's all because of their systems and how they operate. So Jordan has been gracious enough to allow me to watch how they do it, and then I can basically take some of the things and turn them into our documents. I cannot give you a Team One Body document, but I can take their document and make it our own and makes the changes we feel are going to work best for us. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to share it. We've made our own. We're going to share it with you. It's based off of the Team One Body document. I think you're gonna love it. What I love the most about it is that it's a little bit more specific on the business hours that you work in your USANA business. So let's get right into this. First things first, save this link, wap.teamdsi.info. You might need the HTTP : / as well in there, but that stands for Weekly Action Plan. And when you go to that link, you will access the document. Now, you may need to refresh or clear the cookies in your browser if you have problems accessing the updated document. If you go there and it gives you the old document, you might have to try it again. Or clear the cookies, because it's just how it is. So when you go to the link, you're going to see this page right here. It's a totally different looking page, and I'm going to walk you through it step by step. And then we're going to also provide some accountability for you at the end for you to learn how to master this sheet. Because if mastering this sheet is what gets you to $400 a week and then $1,000 a month and then $1,000 a week, is it worth it to do this week in, week out? Of course, I know the answer to that, yes or yes. So let's zoom in and let me walk you through these simple parts of the weekly action plan. First thing on the right, you see week ending on Friday. So this week is ending Friday, September 4th. And so that's what you would write in the action plan for this week. So our USANA pays out weekly. Every week you get a paycheck, or you can qualify for a paycheck. And so you will have a goal, week ending this Friday. What do you want your CVP goal to be? And again, CVP stands for Commission Volume Points. That is basically US dollars. So the goal for Achiever would be a 400 CVP check. And how do you get there? So let's talk about that. First things first, you get there by setting business hours. If you you have to really treat USANA like a part-time job. When you start a part-time job, the first thing they do after they hire you is they give you a schedule, and they say you got to show up, work from 5 to close on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, or however your part-time job goes. Well, in USANA, you have to be your own boss, and your calendar is your boss. So you have to choose these times in advance for the week and do your best to stick to those times. The people who have no structure, basically this is more like a hobby. So your calendar is your boss. You may not have a boss in USANA, but your calendar is your boss. If your calendar is full with business hours, or at least even an hour a day, even an hour a day would be good. But we encourage people to take Sundays off. So even 5 to 6 days a week, some type of business hours, you want to schedule those when you know you can build your business. So the next part of the weekly action plan is the top 3 business goals this week. Some of you need to make a dream board. Some of you need to go out and get your vision really clear on why you're building your USANA business. That might be a goal. Maybe your goal is to contact so many people in a week. Maybe your goal is to enroll so many people in a week. So your top 3 business goals, you want to write those out. Share this with your sponsor, the person who brought you into USANA. Once you fill this out, take a picture of it, send it to your sponsor. Also, personal development material this week. What are you reading that's going to help your USANA business? Or what are you listening to that's going to help your USANA business? If you're not studying something new, your business is not going to grow. You have to continually be committed to growing your skills. And then lastly, it says number of teammates registered for international convention. So the first question is, are you registered for international convention? International convention is the most important event of our entire year, and it's basically just the highest priority thing you can do. So first of all, you have to be registered before you can expect your teammates to register. And we do have some tickets available, by the way, at the $200 rate. We have just a few left. Other than that, you have vouchers that could help you get in for free to that convention if you're in your first year. Okay, so you want to make a goal, not just to get yourself there, but how many team members are you going to take with you to convention? Put that there and make that a goal. Okay, now this here can be a little confusing. So if this confuses you, then ask your sponsor to walk you through this after the webinar. This is basically mapping out your volumes, and you have to go into the volume report and you have to write down what's the total on your business center: 1 left, 1 right, 2 left, 2 right, 3 left, 3 right, and that's the starting SVP. SVP stands for sales volume points. All right, and then you want to put your ending SVP goal. So your ending SVP goal would be whatever can get you to the achiever level check. So again, this is something you're going to have to talk with your sponsor about to plan this out and to know what all this means. But I can tell you that we have a lot of associates who don't know how all this works, and if you don't, then please practice. This type of a business, you have to really know it to be able to explain it to others, and the only way you can do that is by practicing every week. So please make that one of your goals. put that on this page here to understand how the pay works and how to forecast your sales volume points and make a sales volume points goal. All right, the next part of the weekly action plan is the top 10 new or follow-up people that maybe you presented to, but you haven't actually enrolled yet. Or maybe you have someone that's come in your mind that you need to call. Who are the top 10 people you're going to call? Who are the first 10 most important that are closest to starting with your USANA business this week? Now, you should have a notebook that has all your names and numbers in there, but who are the top 10 closest ones? Those are the first ones you're going to call. Also, who are the preferred customers in your business that you want to invite to an event? Because preferred customers are your next best associates. So if you have a lot of preferred customers, put them in this list and invite them to the next webinar or the next local event that you have. Also, it says unprocessed auto orders. There's a way to check your unprocessed auto orders. If someone had an auto order and let's say their credit card expired, you can actually call them and say, hey, your credit card expired. If you want to change it, you can still get your products and get the full discount. So this is where you write those unprocessed auto orders down as well. And those are the first people to contact. Now, the next part of the weekly action plan is my favorite because this is the stats. This is what's going on. Like if you mark in your business that you want to work on a Saturday from 12 to 3, and from 12 to 3, you don't have any stats, then what did you do from 12 to 3? That's really, you want to fill up your stat sheet because that tells you what's going on. So let's zoom in. I want to zoom in and explain what each stat means. If your strategy is to make phone calls and to prospect from, let's say, 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock at night, what are you going to be doing as far as how this first stat. Let's just go through it. So the first stat is meeting someone new and getting their phone number or cultivating an old relationship. So this might not mean you didn't really invite them to take a look at USANA yet. Maybe you called a friend that you hadn't talked to in a while and you just caught up with them and see how they're doing. And maybe you call them tomorrow or the next day and invite them to USANA. But cultivating an old relationship. Also, meeting someone new and getting their number. If you're like, say, at a restaurant and you meet the waiter and you get the waiter's number, or if you're at the dry cleaners, or if someone buys something off of Craigslist and you form them and get their phone number. Okay, so you want to track how many new people you're meeting every day or how many old relationships that you're cultivating. This is a relationship business, so that's a good stat. Next stat is new invites to look at USANA. How many people did you actually invite and read a script saying, hey, I just started a new business. I need to practice my 10-minute video. Would you be willing to watch it? Or hey, we're having a mixer at my place on Thursday at 7. Could you come over and let me practice on you? Or whatever script you take from the training manual. How many people did you invite each day? You want to track that. You want to know that. And then presentations scheduled. How many people said, yes, I'll come over to your house, or yes, I'll watch the video? If they say yes, you can track that as well. But then the other thing is, how many presentations actually happened? How many did you actually give? Sometimes they say they'll show up, but then they don't show up. So you want to also track that stat of how many did you actually give throughout the week as opposed to how many you scheduled. And if there's a discrepancy, that's okay. You know, not everyone makes it all the time, but you want to get better at your invites. And that's something that we work with you on. Also, following up, how many people that you invited that maybe couldn't come last week that you can follow up and invite for a presentation this week? And then lastly, are you doing your personal development? Again, 15 minutes minimum. But again, if you're not doing that personal development, you're really going to fall behind, because the skill sets that you learn in 15 minutes or 30 minutes that can help your prospecting are tremendous. So, and not only that, but your belief level. It's very, very important that you're tracking. Did I do my personal development? Or, oh, my business isn't growing. Well, geez, I haven't been doing my personal development. So these are things that if you do these things, you can be successful. If you can just make sure that during your time, your business time, you're filling up your stat sheet. Now, if you tell me that you're going to spend 2 hours building your business on a Thursday from 7 to 9 hosting a mixer, well, then that's going to be about presentations given. You're not going to be able to make a lot of phone calls. So that's okay. Not every category has to be full every single day, but you want to try and get a balance of the stat sheet and fill this out and see how you're doing each week. Okay, now there's key strategies on BC2 left, BC2 right, BC3 left, and BC3 right. Now again, some of you are brand new, you don't even know what this means. Some of you do know what this means, but again, ask the person who invited you to walk you through it. But there's different team members and client bases on your Business Center 2 left. This is a group of clients and associates. So what are your key strategies with these associates, if you have some on this leg, to help them grow? So you want to write that down. Like if you have an associate, maybe you want to host a mixer with that associate in that client base. Now, what's your key strategies for Business Center 2 right? What's your key strategy for Business Center 3 left this week? And what's your key strategy for Business Center 3 right? So you want to have a little strategy for each one of these legs, or identify the ones that you want to work on. Also, if you have a leg that's really full, like with a lot of clients and associates, maybe your goal is not to build a new business on 3 right, but your goal would be to register, say, 2 associates for convention on Business Center 3 right. So you still want to have a goal on a leg that maybe has a lot of business already happening. Now let's look at page 2. And this is how we finish off our plan for the week. This, by the way, should only take 10 to 15 minutes to fill out. So you want to do this quickly. But first thing is a little bit of reflection. You know, sometimes people get focused on the negatives of their business. What's wrong with my business? My people aren't doing what they said, or all my prospects aren't showing up, or none of my guests are coming, or my client bought product and they're not taking it, and whatever problem. What about focusing on the good things that are happening? What are you most grateful for or proud of in your business last week? Honestly, everybody has those disappointments, but it's the people who focus on the disappointments that stop growing. So you got to get good at build that muscle of writing down what you're grateful for of last week. Also, what are the challenges you're facing now? Write those down, share them with your sponsor, and create a dialogue and figure out how to get over those roadblocks. What are the opportunities available to you this week? So you want to just take a moment, write a few words on each one of those each week, share that with your sponsor. Also, this right here, if you're watching this webinar, this video, I want you to take a moment and just play along with me. Everybody has a reason that they build their USANA business. What is your reason? Let's take a minute and let's focus on your reason. Let's imagine that you have achieved your significant vision. Maybe your goal is to replace your wife's income so that she can be a stay-at-home mom, or maybe your goal is to spend more time with your family, or pay for college, or release all of your debt. So imagine you've achieved whatever is your significant vision. Where are you? You're watching this webinar. Just take 30 seconds and just play along. And let's actually get into your vision, your reason why you're building your USANA business. Let's say you've achieved that significant vision. Where are you? Think in your head. Where are you right now? Close your eyes. Where are you? You've achieved your significant USANA vision. Next, who are you with? Who is with you in this great moment of your life? By the way, you can write this down every week and remind yourself. Also, what do they look like? Are there smiles on their faces? Next, what are they saying about you? Or what are they saying to you? How do you feel? What do you look like? Let yourself go there for a minute. For me, I'm in Bora Bora with Crystal. She's really happy. We're in our swimming gear, and she's saying, "You did it, baby. You made a strong business and helped create 3 strong $1,000 a week leaders in each leg." And she's really happy, and it feels great to be paying for this trip, all expenses paid cash in advance. That's one of my significant visions. That's one of the things I'm working for. So you want to visualize that. You want to put yourself there every week. Don't forget why you're fighting, why you're taking action and going through, because it's not always easy. So you want to always remind yourself of your significant vision. Okay, now the first appointments to set at the beginning of the week is the next part of the plan. And the way you figure that out is you log in and you go into the hub, which is the heart of your USANA business, right? That's after you have to log in as an associate. Click on My Business, Team Manager, 4-week cycle. So when you go through those steps, you're going to look at the upcoming weekend's auto orders. Like, for example, the auto orders coming up this upcoming Sunday. Who are those people? The people with upcoming auto orders I get to meet and give an account overview are XYZ people. So you want to know who those people are, because by Friday they have to decide that they want to keep their auto order, and that your business is made off of auto orders. If you have a lot of people who understand how auto order works, they understand how to run their account, you don't want people to be unpleasantly surprised and say, "Oh, I got charged by USANA. I did not even want this product. I'm mad. I hate it because they're charging me without, I forgot, and I got an unpleasant surprise on my credit card statement." So you don't want that. You want to give your people advance notice about their account. Also, the established clients, associates, I get to send an auto order reminder text. You might have some people that have been associates for a couple months, and you think, "Oh, yeah, they remember now." Sometimes they don't. So it's nice to just send a little text. "Hey, your auto order is scheduled. Friday's the last day to change it. Do you have it set how you want it?" So these are some little things that make all the difference for your upcoming auto orders. Some of you don't even have auto orders yet. Don't worry about it if you don't have it, but this is something just to keep yourself aware of to build a strong auto order business, residual business. Lastly, actually, there's 2 more things here. The guest lists for the webinars and mixers. If you're hosting a mixer at your home, or there's a webinar coming up, you can make a guest list. So let's zoom in. Here's the Monday webinar. The guest list would be the guests. You might have some people that you presented to and they want to learn how the training goes. Well, you can invite them to this Monday webinar, put them on your guest list. And how many associates from your team are on this webinar right now? You want to keep track of those things. So that would be one event. Next event would be whatever day you choose. You fill it in. Maybe like for me this week, I'm hosting a Thursday event at my place. So I'm inviting guests and I'm inviting associates, and I keep track on my weekly action plan. Also, Saturday would be another event, and I would type in Saturday right there, or I'd write that in, and I have a different guest list for Saturday. And we're doing a skincare event in San Antonio for this Saturday. Maybe there's a webinar. So let's say maybe Dr. McNamara is hosting a webinar on Wednesday. You could type in Wednesday webinar and invite people to that webinar and keep track of a guest list. So this is just part of what we do every single week. That's a strategy of building your business. And lastly, thank you cards to write. When you have someone brand new that becomes an associate or client, you want to write them a thank you card and build that loyalty. What is your health goal this week? Maybe is it to work out twice or 3 times this week? Do you have any admin to do, like pay the bills or take care of some little things that you need to do? And then lastly, self-care. What are you going to do for fun this week for you? And also, how can you simplify your life and maybe do some better time management? Maybe plan your day in advance or do meal planning to plan out your food, things like that. So you want to have a well-balanced approach. For additional copies of this document, you can again visit wap.teamdsi.info and you can get multiple copies of this. It's a double-sided document. I highly recommend you print it out double-sided so it's on one piece of paper. So save the link. Again, there it is. And you may need to refresh or clear the cookies in your browser if you have problems accessing the updated document. All right, so I want to thank you for being on this webinar. And we're going to actually transition into the buddy accountability. We're going to do some fun here. Sherry Bender, thank you so very much for putting together this buddy accountability, group that people wanted to participate in. And Sherry Bender is a silver director in our team, in Team DSI. So she's definitely in the phase 2 of leadership. We're very proud of Sherry. She's been with our team for 10 years. She's got close to a decade now with USANA. So we're very proud of you, Sherry. Thank you so much for putting this together. I'm going to bring Sherry on in a minute. But so far, these are the people who posted on Facebook that they want to do accountability with the weekly action plan. So there's a little group forming with Amy Gonzalez, Anissa Morgan, and Andrea Hall. You guys can all schedule a time to talk and support each other how you see fit with your weekly action plan. Also, we have Sherry Bender, Melita Sheets, and Victoria Horman also teaming up. And we have Catherine Lord, Julia Hay, and Carrie Winstead, our team in Portland area, teaming up. And then we also have Becky Armstrong and Betty Meyer teaming up in Utah. So these are the people so far that said, hey, I want to do accountability. I want to take my business to the next level. I know many of you might want to still get involved in this. So I'm going to bring Sherry on the line and just talk about what your vision is, Sherry, for this accountability program using the weekly action plan. Sherry, I'm not able to unmute you. Are you available via? Okay, we're having trouble with audio with Sherry, so we may bring her on at the end. Sherry, you may have to exit and re-enter the webinar because I have no way to unmute you right now. So we'll come back and talk about the accountability program. And thank you for being on this webinar. It's been great. I want to just end with some announcements. So first things first. This Thursday in San Antonio, 7 to 8 p.m., I am hosting a mixer at the Kelly Inn Hotel Guest Meeting Room, which is the address is right there, 250 Donald Goodrich, San Antonio, 78226. Please RSVP to myself. Come and have a free smoothie and learn about USANA. Bring your guests. It's going to be a blast. I love our new place we have here at the Kelly Inn. Also, Thursday, September 3rd at 7 p.m., there's going to be a Run a USANA Business Own Your Own Schedule event. So again, this is also Thursday, September 3rd, and this is not sure who's hosting this, but it's at the USANA home office in Salt Lake City, Utah. Oh, it's being hosted by Becky Armstrong. There's her phone number right there, 704-957-9957. Also, this Saturday, September 5th, from 12 to 3 in San Antonio, we're going to be hosting a skincare event. And this is, again, being hosted by myself and our team here in San Antonio, also at the Kelly Inn. Please RSVP to myself if you're going to be bringing guests, and also just for associates. We're going to give everybody a free skincare facial, and then we'll have smoothies and all the different USANA products. I love our spa party days. And then also we have an event Tuesday, September 8th at 7 p.m., Diana Holderness in her home, also being hosted by Karen and Diana, Karen Stewart, and our team in Payson, Utah. Way to go, Diana and Karen, for hosting an event and making USANA available to the people in your community. All right, so staying in the loop, if you want to receive our text about our San Antonio events, please text at SA Events to 81010 for San Antonio events, and text at SLCEV to 81010 to stay in the loop for Salt Lake City events. And if you're in a different city and you want to set this up, let us know, because you can have your own texting group. And if you need Dr. Ladd McNamara CDs, this is something that this CD does so much for your new client or your new prospect. They listen to this and they immediately want to be on USANA for life just because of all the stories and the results. You can get them at at laddmcnamara.com. But if you're in San Antonio and you want to get a 10-pack from me, you can for $25 or a 20-pack for $51. Also, my parents have a group order as well. So if you want to get some bulk CDs, I think they're like $3 a CD if you order them from the website. But if you're in our area, you can get them from us like that. And the 2015 GoPro event is coming up October 14th through the 17th. I only have 6 tickets left. That's right, only 6 tickets left. I'm almost sold out. It's going to be an amazing event. Eric Worre, Mr. GoPro himself. This is a non-USANA event, but they only allow people that are making 6 figures per month to speak on stage. So it's just the best place you can go to learn how to build a very successful USANA business. And again, our incentive is based around GoPro. We're going to double the prizes for those attending GoPro. Success on the beach. We're going to Costa Rica next November, and you can win this trip. And all you have to do to win this trip is, first of all, opt in and then make $16,000 more than you made last year. So if you're brand new and you made nothing last year, then all you have to do is make $16,000 this year, and you can literally win this trip to Costa Rica. And if you make more than that, you can even qualify for more bonuses on the trip. So this is something that you want to opt into. It's called Success on the Beach. I am working towards Costa Rica as well. I'm making it a goal to go to Costa Rica and qualify. Again, that's from July 4th of this year to July 1st of next year. So that's a long-term thing. But me and Crystal won the trip for the cruise this year doing the same thing, and we're very excited to take that. And then mark your calendars for USANA's International Convention, August 24th through the 27th, 2016. Obviously, the most important event of the year. You and your team will want to be there. Oh, my gosh, especially after the announcements Dr. Wentz made at the end of the convention just last week. Look at our team. Look at all these people who've already registered 1 year in advance for a convention. Very powerful. Love to see all these people that have already registered. And we have 3 tickets left at the $200 rate. For those of you who are new associates, you can get vouchers and possibly get in for 50% off or even free. But for you who are existing associates, you need to get your ticket in advance. And lastly, I want to say be prepared. You know, GoPro is the book we use. This is a picture of the bins I keep in the trunk of my car. I have extra GoPro books, GoPro audios, Power of Cellular Nutrition CDs. I also have extra USANA newspapers. I'm ready at all times. I want to encourage you to be a professional. I want to encourage you to have all your stuff with you. When you go to a mixer, take all of your USANA forms. Take your extra stuff. Don't rely on your upline or your sponsor to have all the forms. You have the forms. You be the leader, and you're the one who will get paid like a leader if that's how you approach your business. So I want to just encourage you all to be prepared like that. And again, to remind you of the DMO, 3 things to be successful. Number 1, use the products every day, AM and PM. Read, watch, or listen to 15 minutes of material, personal development each day, and text 2 brand new people or invite them with a phone call. But 2 people a day brings freedom your way. That brings us to the end of the webinar. I just got news that Sherry Bender is now live, so I'm going to bring you on the call, Sherry. Are you there, Sherry?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you, and I'm going to post your picture.
Hi there, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi there.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can indeed.
Awesome. Sherry, can you just tell the team a little bit about your vision for this accountability buddy system?
Oh, sure. It kind of came about. We were having dinner one evening after convention and kind of shared some of our stories. And I can't even honestly remember how it came about, but at some point we thought maybe it would be advantageous for us to share our strengths. And so I think Catherine Lord might have come up with the accountability partnership. I can't honestly remember. But at any point, I guess the vision that exists for this is to be able to team up with someone and be checking in every week. So the webinars that you host weekly, sorry, my dog is here. He's a little bit frantic at the moment, probably because I'm on a webinar. Um, concrete goal. And then also every week check in. What are you doing to achieve your goal? Did you talk with each person? So maybe your goal is to talk with one person a day or 2 people a day. Did you meet that goal? What cows or what obstacles were standing in your way? And then just be able to have someone that you can, concretely talk to. And then the other part of it is
Uh-oh, Sherry, we lost you. You're breaking up. Are you there? Sherry got muted. Okay. Sherry, we're having difficulties. Can you hear me, Sherry?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you came back. Something happened.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. So the second part is essentially talking to someone who might have strengths where you don't feel you have a strength. Maybe you're having a difficulty approaching people about USANA. Maybe you're struggling forming people. Maybe you don't even know what forming is. Maybe you don't know what to do for personal development. When you mention personal development every week, maybe they can steer you in that direction. Maybe you have questions about products. How do you meet the needs of someone when they say, hey, I'm diabetic, I'm not really sure what to do, or I have these skin issues, what can I do with, what can I do with that? For example, I have a background in healthcare, so I could probably talk to you all day about products. I could also give you resources so you can find out for yourself. I don't think you need to be an expert. Maybe they're gifted in storytelling, and it's really the stories that people tell that stick with them. Social media. Some of the other categories might be business planning, closing a client, hosting events. So, maybe you check in with your group every week. And I think some of the side benefits are going to be just really feeling the community that helps you continue the momentum that you might feel you need or you already have and you don't want to lose. A lot of us that attend a convention come back to our everyday life and we start to feel sort of taken away from the USANA goals. So this is a way to keep us on track with meeting our goals. So that's just a little idea. Jared has put out there what the pairings are. We'll try this for a month, and if you really click with your group, great. If you feel like you want to exchange, we can do that as well and move the group around a bit. But try meeting with your assigned group, and I'll contact each of you as well to let you know here's your person and here's their contact information. And then maybe check in once a week, maybe following the webinar, or maybe the next day or something like that. So it's really optional. I think it's something that will keep you on track for what your business goals are, what your USANA goals are, and just a big thanks to Jared for coming on every week, as well as for Randy and Viola for their leadership.
Well, thank you, Sherry. Thank you for stepping up and having the follow through to get these groups together. And here they are posted on the webinar right now, the slide. We really appreciate all your hard work for this and helping the team. And Sherry, are they able to, if someone's watching right now, if you're watching and you want to be part of the accountability groups, if you want to maybe start a new one or be part of one that's existing, can they contact you, Sherry? Looks like you have to unmute yourself. But I'm just going to go ahead and say contact Sherry, and Sherry will be able to add you to a group. Somehow she's not able to unmute herself right now. Thank you, Sherry. We really appreciate all your hard work with this. All right, so now we saw that Arlene Ramirez came onto the line. We were talking about you earlier, Arlene, and congratulations on your advancement. I'm going to unmute you right now, and I just wanted to bring up your photo as well because we didn't get to recognize you when you advanced before convention, but it was a big accomplishment that you did that. And so, Arlene, could you just come on the line and tell the team a little bit about your maybe your history with USANA, what attracted you, and why you're excited about your USANA business.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. All right. Well, my background is nutrition, and I'm a health educator. I take care of a lot of people, and I've been very successful in helping several of them make changes, teaching them how to eat better, etc., being physically active, drinking a lot of water, on and on. And, of course, you need supplements today because food just doesn't give you everything. And after researching several companies, as well as when I was introduced to USANA, I researched everything about it. I was very pleased with what I saw. Loved everything I heard about Dr. Wentz, because that's kind of what drew me on the same path as him, is I wanted to be able to give positive information to my family and friends about staying healthy, and so I did a lot of research myself. Starting with the products, before I started with them, although I was living a healthy life, I was getting a lot of back pain and leg pain and so forth, and didn't understand what was going on. I went to the doctors and found out I was starting to get arthritis, and that's due to because in 2009 I fell off my roof and fractured 2 of my vertebrae. Was told I would never walk again. Was in a back brace for 4.5 months. Went through a lot of physical therapy and kept saying I will walk again, and I know I will, and I do. Nevertheless, I had to deal with the pain. Once I started with the product, I felt great. Brain fog was gone. Energy was up. Biggest thing was after a couple of weeks, all that pain went away. So, for me, that's a good thing right there. Anyways,
Absolutely.
so, yeah, I share my products. I share my stories with my friends and everybody, and just try to encourage them to do the right thing.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you, Arlene, for sharing a little bit about your story. It's amazing how your health has improved, and it's awesome to see you helping others and creating great clients here in San Antonio and using videos all over the United States. You have clients in Washington, in Ohio, different time zones, locally. So we're just really proud of you.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks,
All
Arlene.
right. Thank you, everybody. Many blessings. Think healthy, happy thoughts.
That's right. Thank you, Arlene. All right. So that concludes our webinar for tonight. If you need to get off of the webinar, we totally understand. But for those of you who want to stick around, I always like to ask take any questions. If you have a question, please feel free to raise your hand using the raise hand button on your webinar screen. Other than that, I like to kind of choose some people and ask them what the highlight of the webinar was for them. And so actually, let's see here. There's a few people that are left. Let's go to Melita Sheets in Portland, Oregon. Melita, what was the highlight for you on the webinar?
What? I
Hi,
can't
Melita.
hear you.
What was the highlight for you on the webinar?
Well, I like the idea of Sherry Bender, and she called me earlier. And in fact, I was thinking about that before I even talked to her. Someone that you can like buddy with, that you can help each other. And I wish, that I have one that I can count on, but I'm still working on it. I like the way that the accountability is, that you have to be responsible on your goals. If you have a goals, then you really have to just work on it, and having that mindset, and I agree with Sherry that after the conventions, we get on to our lives, back to what reality is, and we kind of tend to like fall back again and forgetting, but I was just telling Sherry that, I think that we just have to have a mindset of being positive attitude, and just think of the goal. Also, just eliminate all those cows, and just having that positive thoughts and positive attitude. I think it will be a lot easier to exert our effort and able to, like practice our mind to have that goal and positive. Otherwise, we can easily lose it, though.
Yeah, I totally understand. Yep, I agree. Well, thank you for talking about the accountability. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Did you have another thing to say?
I think that's about it. I think I also, as far as, being an associate and wanting to upgrade your business, I think the very important is really to have a good education of what you are really, selling, or what you want to really tell people about. It's not only about the business, but the good message. This message, it's not like just, okay, you buy a shampoo and hey, that's good for you. No, it's not. It's how it works, you know, how you tell your experience, though. How you can, you know, I mean, convince the people that this is not just a business. This is not like, you know, just getting your money and go. No, it's about your being a person, and how your life is wanted to be, and how much help you want it to be.
Are you there?
You there?
Thank you, Melita. I appreciate it. You're totally right.
Yeah.
I feel your passion. That's why you're signing up so many people. Keep up the great work, Melita. Thank you.
I'm trying.
Yes. Julia Hay in Portland, Oregon. Julia, what was the highlight for you tonight?
I love the new form. It's I had the honor of having your dad go through it a little bit with me right before the webinar started tonight, so I could understand some of the the business left and rights and everything. And I love that now I see it out in front of me. It's wonderful. It keeps my mind, it keeps me organized.
Absolutely. Thank you, Julia. I'm so glad that you love the form. I can't wait to see you use it.
Yes, I've already got, well, my plan is to have an event, a facial this Wednesday, and now that I kind of have my names down, I can see how easy it is just to invite. It'll be easy.
Absolutely.
I've already, yeah.
Julia, cool. If you need a flyer template, we can send you one so you can make a flyer for your Wednesday mixer.
I guess that would work too. I was thinking just calling the people because it's only 2 days.
For sure, call them. Absolutely call them. Don't.
Okay. Okay.
Nothing replaces calling them, even if you had a flyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
About the flyer. Call them all.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you, Julia. We can't wait to see the pics.
Thank you. Oh, yes, I'll remember to do that this time too.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Andrea Hall in Price, Utah. What was the highlight for you?
Hi, Jared. I think the calendar is the planning. You know, my calendar is my boss because I really don't plan anything that I'm going to do for the business. You know, I'll say, oh, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this Wednesday, but it's not written down where I can see it, and yeah, you know, just nothing written down. So I think if I did that, I would be more successful.
Well, great. I'm glad that you are excited to do it. And didn't you also join an accountability group?
I did.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I look forward to that. I think, yeah, I just think that goes inside with you know, the calendar, planning everything out. And I think it'll be good.
Well, thank you, Andrea. I'm excited to hear how it goes with you making that sheet every week and sharing with your accountability group. That's exciting.
Yes, I look forward to letting you guys know how it works out.
Awesome. Thank you, Andrea. All right, let's go to Pippa Mulryan in Salt Lake City. Are you there, Pippa?
I hope I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What was the highlight for you tonight?
Yay. It was the weekly action plan. It looks like a really good plan to me, and I'm excited to download it and start using it as soon as I can. I also want to join up with a buddy group. I know I talked to Sherry about it at convention, and I think it's a terrific idea because I still have a lot of problem walking up to people and introducing myself and remembering the words of the templates that we used in the training manuals. Okay,
well, good to know that then, Pippa, because I'm excited to see that you're taking action, getting some answers to the questions that you need for your advancement, and doing it in a kind of a structured way with the weekly action plan and the accountability groups. I think it's going to be great.
I do too. I'm looking forward to the results.
Me too. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. Thank you for sharing.
Of course. All right, let's go to Rick Walker in Salt Lake City. Rick, what was the highlight for you?
Of this seminar,
Yes.
participation, especially Sherry vendors getting together so people can work with each other.
Yes. That's exciting. I agree. Thank you, Rick.
Sure.
Phyllis Walker, what was the highlight for you on the webinar?
Well, I think because of where I'm at, the Road to Achiever program sounds very good. Making a $400 check in 1 week is exciting, but keeping it there, that's work. So an Achiever program helping me how to stay there, that would be great.
Absolutely. You hit the nail right on the head, Phyllis. And let's make you an executive achiever. How about that?
Is there such a thing?
There's not. They start to track that when you get to director status. When you make 600 a week for 13 weeks in a row, you get an all expense paid trip to the leadership summit.
Oh.
So actually, the first time you become executive at the $600 a week status, not only are you making great money, but you're going on a little all expense vacation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
that's something to look forward to.
I know. So yeah, let's get you solid executive achiever, and then we'll get you to executive director after that.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Phyllis.
Thank you, Jared.
Yes. So to end off the webinar, I think we've heard from everybody who's stayed on the line. I just want to pass it back to my mom and dad, Randy and Viola Krebs. Do you have any last questions or comments or things that were the highlights for you?
This is your mom. You know, I am really excited about the GoPro incentive. I can't even win, and I'm really excited. So I'm just excited to see all the activity that people are starting to take and to see who's going to win that. It's the first time our team has really had a serious incentive like this, and that excites me. So I loved Crystal's, you know, and there's more. The picture of the guy holding the RIP3, it just makes me happy.
That's awesome. Me too. I'm excited about it too. Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome. And your dad had to step out for a call, so he's not here right now.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and end the webinar right now by saying thank you to everybody. What we normally like to do is unmute all the callers and everybody finish by saying good night and God bless. So I'm unmuting everybody right now. And so go ahead and say good night and God bless.
Good night.
Good night and God bless.
Good night and God bless Sherry, Viola, and Randy, and Phyllis, and everybody else.